What's up, Ravens Football Junkies fans? It's your boy, Matt Bradby, live in full effect. Do me a favor, if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button, the like button, and also hit the bell icon so you can be reminded every time we got new material here on the Ravens Football Junkies Podcast. All right, I'm going to say this as a Ravens fan, a rabid Ravens fan. Today, I want to be blunt and honest. No purple Kool-Aid lenses on. Thanksgiving. It was fun. The start of the day was so awesome. Family and food and everything. And you got a chance to watch Green Bay take on the Lions. And we got to see the Cowboys beat the Chiefs. And I was just so pumped. So pumped. I said, man, Thursday night, the Ravens got the perfect opponent. We gonna take on the worst defense. We shouldn't. And I said the Ravens gonna do like 33-21. That's what I said, 33-21. I knew Burrow was back. Burrow had success offensively against the Ravens, but I never thought it'd be 32-14 and we lose. And then when we lost, we didn't just lose. We were awful. We look worse than the Jets, worse than the Browns, and it was on all phases of the game. And I was just talking to a good friend of mine who happens to be a Bengals fan, and we were just talking, chopping it up, and he said something that really made the light bulb go off in my head. He says, the Ravens are who they are. I mean, he said, real talk, bro. He said, when the season started, you guys did the most damnable thing by beating y'all chest because on paper you were the team. And the world was talking about the team. But the team went out there and in the first game, they proved they were a team offensively, throwing up 40-plus points. But defensively, y'all know he said you didn't have the coach to match the players. And he said that pretty much y'all lost that game. And the Ravens have never recovered from that loss. They never have. When you put your greatest effort out and you lose, it's a mental thing. And outside of mental, I believe the greatest loss the Ravens had was losing Makari. Makari was the sixth man off the bench. He was Mr. Plug and Play. He kept the fluidity of that offensive line. And with him gone, you got a bunch of pieces. Voorhees wasn't proven. You drafted him with an ailment and an injury. He never came around. Emery, you tried to plug and play him, but that wasn't the answer. You have Faalele, who's still going through his issues. And historically throughout this year, this line hasn't consistently per position large 75 PPF for each player. We haven't. Some games it looks like that Rosengarten is off. He can't stop the pass rush. Staley has a few bad games. The guard action, even the center. It's just that everybody is in a total loop. Lamar's been getting hit way more than he's supposed to. He's indecisive. He don't want to run, or he can't run. It's just been god awful. You got Hopkins, you got Bateman, you got Flowers, who are once explosive, now can't break coverage. You have teams packing the box, hitting Henry in the backfield because the O-line can't block nothing. You got missed blocking assignments. And it's taking its toll. This team moved from scoring 40-plus points in the beginning to against sorry teams, can't even put up 25 points. The Jets game, real talk, let's talk Jets. The Jets game, if it wasn't for a few misconstrued actions, that was a deadlock game. And that's a game, see, we have to win the games we're supposed to win and go 50-50 with the other ones. And I'm going to be honest with you. I'm a Ravens fan. I love them. But if they do make the playoffs, who want to watch the wild card game? Who want to watch that first game? Because it's going to, you see, because when you get to the postseason, you got teams that pretty much got it together. Their defense is average or a little above average. Their offense is above average. And throughout the season, they've been time tested. The Ravens is like a heart monitor. Boop, boop, boop. It's not no consistency. And the coaches can't coach them out the funk. That's one of the biggest problems. Because on yesterday, we saw when getting the ball in Henry's hands what happened. Getting the ball in the running back hand. But we consistently want to throw the ball. We consistently want to throw the ball when we should be running the ball more. And it's just like every year, it's a culture of going away from your breadbasket, what works. And we do it all the time. All the time. This is not a one time, all the time. And we consistently every year have games like this, 4+ turnovers. Okay, I'm going to say it, and some people may get upset, but I'm starting to believe I'm like 85% there, y'all. I don't think this team will ever make a Super Bowl with Lamar. And it's not Lamar's fault. I think we rely too much on Lamar, and he put too much on him that he can't do it. He can't do it alone. Because when his offense is clicking, the defense falls apart. There is no consistency there. You know, there isn't any symbiotic relationship. Most teams feed off. Like, if the offense do good, the defense feed off. If the defense doing good, the offense feed off. Time of possession against the Bengals was ridiculous. They outmanned us, outgunned us, outphysicaled us. They had the ball for 17 minutes more than what we had. And when we had the ball, turnover after turnover after turnover. And being honest, sitting at home watching the game, I was waiting for that button to click, and then Lamar would click into that Terminator mode. In the last 5 minutes of the game, they would throw up 21 points and do it, but it's not happening. I don't think it can happen. If you can't take advantage of the 32nd ranked team in the NFL, you can't do it. It's not our year. The worst thing that can happen for this team is to make the playoffs and be at the bottom of the draft list. They need O-line. They can't let Travis Jones go, because based on the way they draft, they got to keep homegrown talent and stop picking the tree of free agency for other talent, because those guys don't have the heart of a Raven. We let too much homegrown talent go. To Darius Smith, Judon, those guys, Paul Kruger. We let a lot of talent, homegrown talent, go because we don't want to pay them and make excuses. Baltimore is looking like a midline team because of the effort. We think we can do more with less, and that's not true. Now, I'm not saying you compose a Madden team, because that don't happen, but you need to compose a team that can actively compete against any team. Actively compete. Look at our defense, though. Think about it. Outside of no pass rush, which got to be addressed. If they got to trade up in the draft to get a pass rusher, it needs to be a proven pass rusher. Mike Green will only get better when he gets a better pass rusher opposite of him. If he had a Myles Garrett, he'd be so much better. Pressures are good, but poised quarterbacks like Joe Burrow eat pressure. He has a quick release, and you can see he's releasing that ball quick, fast, in a hurry, and you know he's going to throw it to Chase, and there's nothing we can do to stop him. Even double, the man catches the ball, which tells you if he has a long time to think and go through his progressions, he's going to get the ball in the hands of his playmakers. On the counter, the Ravens didn't do that. We didn't manufacture a way to get the ball in Flowers' hand. Even though he pushed off and even though he fumbled it, you got to keep going back. Look at one of the greatest plays the Ravens had last night. That dump-off pass to King Henry in the open field. That was fantastic. But we go away from those things. And I don't know why. Can anybody in the comments tell me why we do it? We out coach ourselves. Oh man, thanks. Birthday cake. Oh. We find a way of out coaching ourselves. Seriously. Remember when early this season the rumors was going on about Moncton having issues? I think they're still having issues. And Lamar is not at peak health. He has had, I believe both legs have had injuries. And anybody that knows the sport know that a quarterback with leg injuries can't be accurate. His accuracy is off. He's overthrowing people. And he don't have the receiver complement that can go up and get it. See, Burrow can be off a bit in his throws at Chase. And Chase will make it happen. Same thing with Jefferson. The same way with a prime Hopkins. Great elite receivers, all you got to do is put the ball in the vicinity. You know, that's not true with the Ravens. And when you overthrow your receivers, you face the risk of interception that we saw yesterday. You know, I know the ball was tipped, but if you're not on point, then you're in trouble. You know, again, let me tell y'all, I love my Ravens. This podcast is the Ravens Football Junkies. But we are not a delusional group of fans. We're fans. And when we see an ailment, we got to be honest with ourselves. This is the question of the day, do you want to see this team in the playoffs? And if so, tell me why. If you don't want to see them, tell me why. Let's start a discussion. Do you want to see this team in the playoffs? This version of the team? Huh? Do you want to see him in the playoffs? Secondly, let's talk about who we are. Look at the schedule remaining. I heard people saying, don't worry, it's just a loss. We're going to be okay. I don't know nationally what people see, but I understand football. I just don't watch Ravens football. I watch NFL football because I look at our opponents. I'm a football fan. And looking at the league in general, they were talking about, oh, the Ravens got the easiest schedule. I don't think so. Based on this team, it's not going to be easy because the next game you got is against the Steelers. And they're not going to lay down for us. If we have a trouble with the Jets and have trouble with Cincy, that's going to be a tough game. Then you go to Cincy to play Cincy, who already ate your lunch, literally ate their Thanksgiving lunch. So you're going to go there, and Burrow's going to have Higgins back, which is going to make it even worse, which means in order to beat them at home, you're going to have to throw up 48 points. You're going to be like 40 points based on, that the offense of the Bengals are going to come out there and put up points because they got both their number one. They got 1A and 1B out there. So it's not going to be, offensively, you wanted to have your best game. And the only way to beat Burrow is how they beat Lamar, is possession. They're going to have to keep the ball, pound the ball, score every time. That's what the Bengals did. They scored. When they was in the red zone, if they couldn't punch in a touchdown, they kicked the field goal. We're going to have to score. So you got the Steelers, the Bengals. Then you got the Patriots, who got Mike Vrabel over there, and those guys are firing off. There are no laydowns. And then finally you end with the Steelers. And looking at this, if out of the next 4 games, they'll be this team, unless they get struck by lightning and can start throwing up points and defense plays light out against like the Bengals. I don't see them winning, and y'all gonna get me mad. I'm so sorry. I don't see them. The Patriots, I think we can beat. I know we can beat the Patriots. But based on this style of football, I'm up in the air. Steelers beating them 2 games. I see us being honest, 2-2, 2-2, and we missed the playoffs because the Steelers going to lock in the division, and because people keep down on the Steelers, but I can't knock them guys because they doing their thing, and they can beat the Bills. We're cheering for the Bills to win. Okay, I want the Bills to win this game decisively. But if the Steelers beat them, I'm gonna tell you this game's gonna play a lot. If the Steelers beat the Bills and can win 3 out of the last 4, which 2 of them against us, it's a wrap. If they beat us next week and it comes down to that last game, we got to watch out for Cincy. I know it sounds crazy because you fighting for a wild card spot. If the Steelers win 3 out of 4 and we win 2 out of 2, it's a wrap. And we'll be in the 20s for draft wise. I'm not saying tank the season, but let's have a heart to heart. What we see on the field is not equating to a playoff team, let alone Super Bowl. They should have never been talking Super Bowl. This team lacks the discipline that Ray Lewis and Ed Reed and Joe Flacco and them. They won because they were the most disciplined team on the field. I think they've read the press clippings and now they believe they're better than what they really are. Without proof. Can I be honest with y'all? When it came down looking for a head coach, I was hoping that we landed Mike Vrabel. I just like his tenacity, his up in your face, his style of play. He has made the Patriots what they are because they are part of his persona. Do me a favor. Like, subscribe, and share. And do me a favor. Tell me what we need to do to be more successful in this last run. All right? Peace and blessings.